these interesting sessions, right? So my name is Haikal, and now we will explore something that can change how our workflow in research, and it's very, very helpful, right? So I will share my screen. Okay, wait a second. Wait, I hope you can see my screen. Let me check first. Okay, right. So what we're gonna do today, we'll focus on three things. Number one, we want to activate the NotebookLM Enterprise. Number two, how to use it for literature review. And number three, for research gap. Just those three things. But I hope that, I believe that all of you here are IIUM community, right? And IIUM give us NotebookLM for our research. So what is this? Beforehand, let me introduce myself. I am Haikal, and this is what I'm doing right now. I am a PhD in communications, and also I am academic secretariat in IUM, PGSS, Postgraduate Student Society, and I'm a adjunct lecturer in Universitas Indonesia. I teach AI in communication for business. I also have several certification and create my own AI to help research. And this is my latest program in 2026. Um, in several countries, one of the most prominent, Alhamdulillah, I was invited by Center of IUM AI Center, right, by Prof. Los to talk about Tauhidic AI in Senate Hall. This is interesting, especially if we are IUM community, because now we focus on Tauhidic epistemology, and now we will look at Tauhidic AI, how Tauhid and AI integrated together to be our worldview. That's very, very interesting point. And beforehand, I was also in Korea. I was invited by Jeonju University to be a mentor. They need a perspective from Muslim and also from Southeast Asia countries, talking about AI also and culture, right? And this is another program that I've been invited several things in Korea and Nanyang Technological University, which the interesting point here is that we are not late today. If you think like, oh, Korea, Singapore, they are one of the most developed country, especially in AI. But the reality is when I was there, they're still figuring out. Even the student, the lecturer, some of them, even when I was in Hanyang University, it was 2024. Some of lecturers, they don't know ChatGPT. It is 2024 already, and they are in South Korea. I think they have their own AI, but they still need more socialization, and even they don't have AI center at that time in the university. And Alhamdulillah, in UIA we have AI center, and also we have AI policy, which is very distinguished and it's very special for our university, as other university they don't have it, right? And now what we focusing on is how we use AI for research. But before we proceed with our session, I will always reiterate this phrase. If you want to use any AI or you want to learn any AI, don't only think about what AI can do, but think about how AI can help you. It's similar, but it's very, very different. What makes it so different? Because when you only think the features of AI, you will not achieve your goal. For example, many people come to me, right? My friends, my students, like, okay, Haikal, what is the new AI now? Okay, I will say, maybe the current one is um, I can say Gemini 3.1 or maybe Cloud. Okay. So what is the function of that AI? I will ask back, what do you need? What is your goal? And they can answer. They just, okay, I don't know, but I just want to use that AI. Okay, if you don't know your goal, just don't use the AI because you don't know what you achieve. Because you think about what AI can do, but you don't think about how AI can help you. It's very, very different. Like for example, if we do research, right? Okay, uh, another people come to me, they ask me how to use Notebook LM for research. Okay, what do you need in research, or what is the most challenging in research? So I ask back and they say, okay, in literature review, okay, so I can show step by step how to use it for literature review, because I believe that each of us, we have our different style in in writing or research, we have different workflow, and yeah, I will share my personal workflow for you, right? So it's very, very helpful. So as I mentioned before, we will cover three things today. Not so many, but I hope that um you can be interactive. I mean, if you have any question, maybe you can just unmute or you can just type in the chat box so I can directly address your questions there, right? But don't worry, at the end of the session, we have Q&A also. So I think, I hope that today, most of you will activate your own NotebookLM Enterprise. That's UIA given to us, especially from ITD. Thank you very much, ITD, for this generous AI access. Okay, it's very, very interesting. Okay, so before we activate our NotebookLM Enterprise, okay, because this is our first step. If we don't start with this step, we cannot proceed to the next step. So I hope that you will your laptop or PC, okay? Because if you want to try to activate with your phone, yes, you can do it, but it is not handy and it is not convenient at all. So I hope that you can follow my way step by step here, so you can get your um, activations, right? Or maybe, if you want me to help you by now, okay? So let's say you don't know how to activate it and you are okay if I help you now. Maybe you can share your screen and I will guide you how to activate the Notebook LM Enterprise, okay? So I will show how to activate it. Okay, but before that, we know that we have some problems, right? I believe that some of you, maybe you feel this kind of problems, like information overload. We have a lot of article. We have a limited time. Like we want to do research, but okay, I have many things to do. I have many commitments, especially if you are postgraduate students, you are working, you have family, you have many other commitments. So we have limited time. And also when you want to synthesize the paper, you read interesting paper and you read another paper, but you cannot find how to connect this paper. I feel like, okay, this is interesting, but I see some connection, but I don't know where. I just feel the connections. So yeah, you can use Notebook LM for that. And when you miss the pattern, you don't know how to find the similarities of papers, because in postgraduate, your lecturer maybe give the assignment for critical review or comparative review for the papers, like 5, 6, 7 papers, like all papers not connected, but you feel like I think there's something that connected, but I don't know, I cannot find it. So Notebook LM can help it. And yeah, I know that some of you feel these 5 problems, right? So we with Notebook LM, we hope that we can address it by now, okay? Because I hope that after the sessions, you will have your Notebook LM Enterprise activated. If my explanation was too fast, just let me know in the chat box, because um I will take note of that, so I can slower my explanation, right? So let's move on for the activations, right? This slide is prepared actually for, especially for this activation, is by ITD. So I will guide you step by step. Okay, but before that, before you activate your account, if you very, very new here and you don't know what is Notebook LM, so I give you some overview, right? So you can imagine how it works later. It means your thesis letter is private, so the AI will not train your data, so it's safe to put anything there. And number 2, audio overview. You can turn the resources, your thesis or PDF that you upload there, into audio, so it can create a podcast and you can interfere the podcast. So just AI talking about the sources that you have. And it can create mind map, it gives you a reports and video overview. So everything was so handy, it's so efficient. I will show you how it works later. Okay, so this is the some features, right, that they have, right? And I will show you because this is my Notebook LM. I hope that you can see my screen. Wait, let me check. I need to ensure that you see my screen. Okay, yeah, you can see my screen now, right? So this is some of my sources for this event, because I have several Google account and this account is special for IUM, right? So you can see here, this is my sources, okay? This is my sources, many sources, and you can upload your sources. You can click add here, and you can just upload your PDF, your Microsoft Word point, your PowerPoint, even audio, even pictures you can upload here as your sources. But if you cannot find the sources, you can click discover and you can just type anything. Let's say I am doing communication now. So let's say I want to find communication and education in Islam PDF. Let's say I want to find a PDF. So because it's AI, we expect some hallucination and we expect some errors because it is AI. But obviously it helps us to reduce our time and use it. Okay, so after the AI give you the answer, you can just tick 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 and import the result there. Okay, I just show you how is it at a glance. And let's say mind map. Okay, this is, I want to find the mind map from this ethical framework, challenges and impact of AI in education, in Islamic education. I click the mind map and AI will generate mind map for me. Okay, I will show you. Wait for a second. So yeah, it will give you a mind map. I think I created mind map already. Yeah, like this one. It's very easy and very handy, right? It gives us the understanding here. So when we click this, it extend. Let's say we don't understand. Let's say in Islamic ethical framework, usul fiqh. What is usul fiqh? Why it is guiding methodology? We extend. Oh, their foundation and reason. Oh, I want to know reason approach. We just click and Notebook LM give the prompt. Directly, it will answer based on the resources that we have here. Okay, so it is very, very easy. And if you think you can prompt better, you can just type what you want here. Okay, later I think I prepare some prompt for you, so you can just do trial and error there. Okay, so yeah, see the answer. Okay, this is the answer. It's very, very easy because I set the answer into explain like 5 years old. So you click this one to configure the notebook. So you can describe your conversational style. You can be, it can be your guide, it can be your analyst, but I prefer this, explain like 5 years old, because I'm using it to understand the difficult paper. So you can see the answer is very, 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 very simple. Imagine you have a super old, super important rule book that helps you out figure out what's right and good. Okay, especially when new things happen. This big rule book is usul fiqh. Okay, so when we click the number here, it will address the sources that we have. Of course, we need to double check because even though the best AI, it still can be hallucinated. It is still hallucinating. But Notebook LM, the AI that have less hallucination compared to all AI. I've tried many things. Like I think 100, I'm trying all of them because yeah, I'm part of the one of the biggest community AI community in Southeast Asia, and they're very, very active every day. I update every AI. Like almost every day they have update. It's quite confusing, but I love it. Yeah. So the reason why Notebook LM is less hallucination because it can directly direct you to the sources like this one. This one. You can just click here and to double check whether it's true or not. Okay. So that's basically how Notebook LM works. And other thing that I want to show you is another, this is podcast, right? It can create a podcast. So I hope that you can hear the
Usually we
podcast.
put tradition and technology in opposite corners. You know, you've got organizing spreadsheets for almsgiving. It sounded like they are using data full. But what about the core religion?
See, it give you a podcast and there are two AI speaker. They have a conversation talking about your sources, your tick sources here on the left side. So it's very, very easy to understand the paper, the sources that you have here. So, and that's a podcast and out and video of review. I prepared a video for you. You can click here and even you can customize what type of video that you want. And you can just click play here. Okay.
You're seeing it everywhere, right? Artificial intelligence is showing up in classrooms. All understand the challenge here. You, but the ultimate goal, and that leaves a problem, becomes a mandate to build AI that actually.
See, you know, the video can show us how it works, and the slide is quite good, okay? But there's a watermark. It's okay because it's dumb, okay? So it's very good for us to understand the paper, right? So this is overall about Notebook LM. Actually, I was talking about this in library, like in January. IIM library invite me to give a physical session. It's very, very interesting. Like it almost 3 hours. We explore Notebook LM to read a research paper, especially. And yeah, it's very interactive session. So we hope that we have an offline sessions. Yeah, I'm happy to have later. But no, I'm not in Malaysia. I think I'll go to UIA next month. Yeah, next month I'll go to UIA. All right. So let's move on. Now let's activate our Notebook LM account. Okay. Oh, beforehand, what is the differences between enterprise and free? Because you can have your free account using your free Google. But what makes it different? If you use the free one, you can only have 50 queries total daily. You can only have 50 questions to AI. But you can, with using the Notebook LM from university, you can have 500 questions. So it is designed specially for the research. And also, you have more sources. Because in the free one, if you use your Google account, your Gmail, all right, not your IUM email, so you only have like 100 notebook, okay, 100 notebook, 100 file. But if you're using IAM email, you have 500, right? So what is notebook? Notebook is just like this. Let me show you. This is notebook, like 1, 2, 3, you only have 100. But if you use IUM, you can have 500, like a lot. Even you can sort out like this, okay? You can sort out like this. Okay, so that's the best of the IUM have that give us. And also, the security factors, it's very, very secure because the AI don't train our data, and it's very, very safe. And also it can give us the daily audio overview 20, while the free one is only 3. Like you can create 20 podcasts every single day, but if the free one is only 3. And also the sources, I think this is the most important. The sources is 300. Okay, the PDF that we can upload into Notebook LM for IUM is 300. However, the free one is only 50. It's not enough. If you do PhD, I think your reference will be more than 50, right? And also sometimes you need to explore here and there. You need to explore 1, 2, 3. So I think 50 for research is not enough. So that's where 300 is the best number here, right? Okay. So basically, this is the simplest way. I'm trying to make it very, very simple for you to understand how to activate Notebook LM, right? So first, you need to activate your Microsoft 365 email because by the way, I'm from UIA, from my undergrads, master, and now I'm doing PhD here in UIA also. And some of my friends, they still not activate IUM email until almost graduate. So even some of them, they don't know about Microsoft email. Even though we know a lot of announcement, a lot of information, but yeah, we know that the things. So that's why I need to put this at the first place. Okay, so how to activate your Microsoft 365 email? You go to iMaklum, you go to my service, and you click Office 365 self-register, and you will get your email there. Okay, so that's the simplest way. And after you get your Microsoft email, you need to activate Google email from the IUM. Why you need to have Microsoft email first? After that, you need to be able to activate your Google email because of this. Because you see on the left side corner, right? Your username in your Google email is same username as your Microsoft account. Okay, account in your Microsoft. So I think you need to activate your Microsoft first, Microsoft email, and then Google email. It's very nice that our university have two student email. So I really like it because there's a lot of benefits if we have a student email, of course, right? Like there are some AI that provide us free for a year. I know many of that for a student and some discounts. Yeah. So yeah, this is the way how you activate the Google account. And after you activate the Google account, you log in. The indicator is at student.ium.edu.my, and then you open siswa.ai here. Okay, siswa.ai. Okay, so I hope that you can follow this step by step. If any one of you need my help to activate this, I think now is the best time. So you can share your screen and then I can guide you to activate it. Anyone here? Okay. Is anyone that you need my help to activate your, what we say, IUM Google email, and then we activate our notebook access. Okay, notebook LM access. Anyone? Just maybe you may raise your hand or you just type in the chat box if you need my help to activate the account. Okay, because some of students, because like I think like 2 days or 3 days ago, I was invited by CPS to talk about how to write a research proposal using AI, and I asked them to activate the Notebook LM Enterprise also. I think there's quite a number of participants, and some of them they have the problem. They activate already the Google account, but the issue is when they want to access to the Siswa.ai, some of them, okay, when they click this, it is error. What is the issue? Because they don't activate, they don't log in into their um, Google email, right? So I think that's the issue. So I hope that when you open this, ensure that you log into your Google email, Google IUM Google email, and then you can create your Notebook LM today. I think the session will be more interesting later if we have physical session. So I can check one by one each of you that you activate already your Notebook LM Enterprise, right? Because if online, yeah, I can only handle from here. Right, I cannot go to your screen one by one. But if offline, I can go one by one to your computer, to your laptop to ensure that you activate already. Right. Now, until here, is any one of you have the challenges in activating the Notebook LM Enterprise provided by UIA? If any one of you, you can type in the chat. Okay. I'm not sure whether. Okay. Sister Safia. Okay. I Are you okay to share your screen here so I can guide you step by step? So okay, right, good. You can share your screen, Sister Safia. I hope I don't mispronounce your name. Maybe so I can show you the way. Maybe you can go to your iMaklum first. Okay, you can go to iMaklum and then go to my service. Wait, I can show you my iMaklum. Alright. Okay. Okay, I will show you first. So later, if you feel convenient, you can just share your screen, yeah? So this is iMaklum, right? We log in. Okay, and we log into our iMaklum. This is my iMaklum. And then you go to my services. And yeah, Office 365, right? Office 365 self-register. You click here. If you don't have Microsoft email, okay? If you don't have Microsoft email, you click here. You click into the Office 365 and they will give you the username and you can set your password. This step special to activate your Microsoft email. Okay. So I hope that all of you have Microsoft email. How is it, sister? Do you have already your Microsoft email or you still have a challenges? But I have problem on notebook. Ah, okay, okay, good. So I don't need to show the Microsoft email. All right, maybe what is the problem that you have on your notebook LM? You have Google email already, sister? How about your Google email? It is activated already? Okay, we wait for the answer because the next step after we have Microsoft email, we have Google account for student, right? And this is how do we activate. Your Google email will be in the format like this. So you open Google, you open Gmail, Okay, because I already logged in with my Google account. You open Gmail, and then with that account, you need to input this way. Okay, I will zoom in. Your username, student.ium.edu.my. Okay, your username same as your username in the Microsoft. So I hope that you activate your Google. I hope that all of you activate. And if you don't have the issue in activating the Google, so you can go to Siswa AI. Okay, siswa.ai. Okay, until this part, I think I need, if you still have a challenge, when you click this and it doesn't show you the Notebook LM, I need you to share your screen so I can ensure that you log in already. Okay, on the right slide, sister, the N1 on the upper right corner. No, below it, under. Yeah, click. It's IUM. Okay, good. And then you scroll down. X, scroll down. Oh, okay. I think you need to open siswa.ai first. Yes, create. Okay, create your notebook LM. Okay, create new notebook. Yes, you already there. Okay, so you can upload your PDF over there, or maybe if you don't have PDF, you can discover sources. See, 300 limit. If you use the free one, you can only have 50, right? So this is that UIA give us, and yeah, so congratulations, you have access. All right. So I hope that we are on the same page. So if you have any challenges, okay, all right. No problem, sister. So maybe if any other of you, I think we have 2 minutes, okay, to activating the Notebook LM before we move to the next sessions, how to use it properly before I share my workflow, how to use it for literature review and research gap. Okay. Any one of you that deal with the challenges and you don't know how to activate it?
I will try, Mr. Haikal. I'm
Okay.
willing.
Thank you, brother. Really. Thank
Possible
you.
to share my screen.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Enable to access notebook. Can you help?
Okay. Um, it is Siswa AI already, right?
Yeah.
You go to the right corner, the
Right.
blue one, your profile picture.
This one.
Yeah, you can click. Can you click it?
Okay.
You log in already to your Google account.
Okay. How to?
IUM Google.
I am Google.
Okay. Now, do you have Microsoft account, Microsoft email from IUM?
Microsoft email. Wait a minute.
Okay, I think you need to make Microsoft email first. Office 365, you click self-register.
Oh, here.
Yeah. Okay. I think you need to set your account first.
Mm-hmm.
See, after you need to put the password letter and so forth and so forth. And after that, you will get your Microsoft email.
Okay.
IAUM Microsoft email.
So I
And
need.
then
Mhm.
after you get that email, you use the same username
Mhm.
into your Google account. You log in for Gmail, but use the Google name. Later, I will share the slides so you know step by step.
Okay.
But I think this is the most important. You need to activate IAUM.
Okay. So I need to fulfill this form first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Very much. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. You can do it later. And then you activate your Google account,
Mhm.
Gmail, IAUM Gmail, and then you open siswa.ai to access the Notebook LM. Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? One more. If you have any challenges. All right. So I count to three, counting two, counting one. Okay. I hope that you know already how to activate it. Even if you haven't activated yet, you can activate it later. Now I will share with you my workflow in using NotebookLM for literature review and research, right? Now I am staying in Jogja, in Indonesia, and I have some invitations, so I cannot be in KL in this month, and I need to do data collection also here, right? So this is if you very new for the Notebook LM, and this is the thing that you can do and you cannot do with Notebook LM, right? The thing is, Notebook LM will summarize your informations, but it cannot verify this is accurate or not. You, the one that will verify it. And after that, of course, it will save your time to synthesize the research, but the judgment, whether the sources is good or not, whether the sources is accurate or not, whether the sources relevant with your research or not, it depends on you. So the judgment, the action, it's always on us as a human, the judgment, all right? So I hope that we understand this basic concept for the AI. And some ethics, right? I compile many ethics, AI and ethics in education, in higher education. Like I think there are more than 500 sources, right? Um, because I also have the Google Notebook LM Pro, which is pay $20 per month, and it can have like 2 terabyte and also 500 sources. I compile all of the ethics, and I found one of the most important ethic personally for me based on the research is your idea is a priority. So the authenticity is the number one. So when you put the prompt, okay, don't just ask. Maybe you can ask, okay, what is the comparison between paper A and paper B? But you need to put the context. The context is your idea. Like, for example, okay, I'm teaching this, I'm doing this, I'm doing the research for this lecturer, what is the background, and also what is your experience about that. So you give the context. So AI will understand you more. And I think number, always read and verify, of course, because I share in my social media also about Notebook LM. In my Instagram, I'm quite active there and threads. And they still say like, okay, even though Notebook LM less hallucination, but it still hallucinate. Yes, because it's AI. Even the best AI, I believe it's still hallucinated. So that's why we always need a human judgment at the end. And yeah, I think that's the basic ethics that I can share. And there are several AI that I use for literature review, but now we will focus on Notebook LM, right? There's a Elicit, Kineas, Litnaf is my AI I develop on my own with my team to help um, researcher to find relevant theory and literature, right? And Scopus AI, IIUM also provide us free Scopus AI. Actually, it's paid. Not all university have this access, but IIUM have this access. So yeah, but we focus on Notebook LM today, right? Okay. In doing the literature review, what usually we need is the research questions. Basically, that's what I do. That's my way of brainstorming. So I'm using this prompt for to find the title and to find the problem and to find the questions. You can use any LLM like ChatGPT or maybe Cloud Gemini, but now I'm using Cloud a lot. At that time, I subscribed for ChatGPT, but it's not really good in ChatGPT signed for the Department of War. I don't like it, so I moved to Cloud now, which is the answer is better. But it's the price is same like 100 ringgit per month. However, the limit is very not good. It's very a lot of limit, but the answer is good. So I hope you have your research question already. If you don't have research questions, I think you can find it first to move to literature review. Ideally, we do literature review first, and then we construct the title and problem and questions. But this is the shortcut way that I do. Let's say I have deadline this week or this month, so I will do this one. But if for my thesis, I will read it properly because it's for my immersion. Okay, so I think we know all because we are postgraduate student. We write a paper before. So literature review is to find what is already known about the topic. So we don't reinvent the wheel and we build on what's already known. That's why in the Google Scholar it's written stand on the shoulder of the giant. So it means we build on the knowledge that built established before. right? So I think I do need to explain this more, right? This is basically my framework. Okay, I create on my own. Okay, right. Right. So this is the framework that I have. So we have a research questions, and we break down the research question into sub questions, right? And then we have AI will answer. You can use any AI, but specifically, let's say you have Notebook LM and relevant papers, and you give the comment. I think most of the researcher, especially student, especially undergraduate student, when they write their mini thesis, they forget the comment. So they just compile. No analysis, no synthesis. They forget the comment, right? So I show the example. Okay. Wait. I need to show you the example. Let's say, when you do the research, I think it will be the best um, if you have Google Docs with you, okay? Because you don't want anything that you have, it's gone. It's gone, right? Um, you want to document anything that you have. Let's say, okay, I will start from the scratch. Okay, I will start from the scratch. I'm using Gemini because uh, this is with my IUM Google account. Okay, so let's say I'm using this prompt. Wait, yeah, just now I'm using this prompt to find the research question first to make it fast one by one. Okay, so let's say I already have the title. I want to develop my research questions. Okay. So we just click this. Maybe the title, my research is AI and Islamic education in Indonesia. Maybe the research problem is pesantren or boarding school in Indonesia don't have information about AI, let's say. Okay, I ask them to write research question. Wow, it is good that we have pro access. You know that the model of Gemini, AUM give us the pro access, which is you need to pay if you are not subscribed. Usually it's only fast or thinking, but pro. So we have research questions. Okay. So with this research question, we need to copy paste all of them into Google Doc. For what for? All result from AI that we think it is beneficial for us, I think we need to copy paste into Google Doc. Why I say copy paste? Because later we will read it again and we will redraft it again. At least we have something in our paper to read and to write. Okay. So let's say this is okay. What is the current level? This is the research question that I have, right? And this is the sources that I have. I know maybe my sources is not related with the pesantren, with the boarding school, but let's see how it works. Okay. I show you the workflow, okay? But the real step later, you can try on your own. You can just copy paste here the research questions because my supervisor teach me how to find the literature review is you need to ask the research question, and then after that literature review will answer the question even though the answer is not direct answer, but at least we know the topic that revolve around our research questions. So we know, yeah, we know the literature that we will refer to because we will compare later with the our finding, right? I know my sources here is about ethical framework, it's about AI in Islamic education. No one talking about the pesantren specifically, even this sources from IBM. Okay, it's very limited because it's just for the demo. And let's see how Notebook LM can answer with this question. Even though I know it's not quite related, right? Like it's asking about awareness and understanding, but Notebook LM, my sources have no information about it. I'm not sure. Let's see how AI works. That's usually how I use AI. If I was wondering how this AI will answer, okay, I just try it and do experiment. Whoa, apparently the problem statement is unjustified. They use AI a lot. Many students use AI. Okay, but let's check. It is the student or it is the santri, the student in pesantren. We call it santri, the student in pesantren. Okay, so let's see the answer here. Okay, I think based on the research here, it is from the higher education. So it's not justified because they use AI a lot is from higher education. Okay. So, okay, they give the answer. Okay. So you can copy paste all the answer here into, if you want to make it as a source, you can also to make it as a source here, like save to note and directly here, and it can be the sources later. But I prefer to put in Google Doc because it's more clean. So yeah, we have some things to read and some things to explore later. And the thing that I love in Google Doc is they provide me the heading one, but of course it's not very neat. Yeah. So that's how literature review in a very short way, right? And next, after the literature review, um, we can do it for every research questions, right? And after we find the sources like this, we have the sources, right? So we need to find what paper they're talking about this one. They use AI a lot. Are you sure which pesantren, how they use? So we put our comment here, like, are you sure? Like this, what AI, how, we put questions or we give any comment. Okay, or maybe you want to make another point. So this is how actually the framework for the literature review. You read, you give the comment, and then you move to the next step. So you have the bigger picture of your literature here. Okay, so I think that's a very brief information about the literature review. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, after literature review, we find the research gap. There are a lot of mazhab actually or stream in understanding the research gap. One, they put the research gap in the introduction. So at the first of the paper, they explicitly mention, oh, this is research gap. A, B, C, we close this gap. Okay, I'm doing it also. But the second stream that not many people they aware is this way. So actually research gap is not we find the gap of the research, we find the weakness, but how do we position our research among other research, among other paper? So let's say my paper is about AI in pesantren or in boarding school. Let's say there is a paper about Tauhidic AI in Tauhidic perspective. So how it connects, what this research that they don't have, what my research that I don't have, and how to integrate this research, how to connect and how to craft it in the literature. So that's basically um it's quite interesting because every time when we read our paper, we are looking for how it connects with my research. So at the end of the day, we build the gap. Okay, we make the gap, we found the gap. Okay, because the gap is there already, but we just need to find it. The previous research, and your research, just like this, very beautiful. It's the way you craft the literature review, right? And now, okay, I will show you. Actually, I have my file, my personal file, but I will show you. It's okay. Workflow and also the prompt. I write it in Notion. Okay. So this is the basic understanding about Notebook LM. We cover it, and this is about Notebook LM. This is how to set Notebook LM, and this is some of the prompt. Okay, some of the prompt that I want you to explore later. So let's say we want to get an overview, understand the key themes. You can just click here to copy and identify the authors agree on. Okay, so I think the interesting one with this step is the comparison, right? How do the authors differs in their approach? Okay, so I won't use this prompt into my Notebook LM here. Oh, I want to make I don't want to make it like 5 years. I want to make like analyst, but I prefer shorter answer. Okay, so I just refresh and I delete the conversation. By the way, the conversation is not safe unless you save it and put it as a note here because just now the history was gone. So I just copy. How did the authors differ in their approach to maybe AI and Islam. Okay, let's see. So because I take all the sources here. So I want to know how they differ in their approach, right? And this AI will answer. Let's say the answer was too difficult for me to understand. I will change again the writing style into explain me like a 5 years old. And if you are not confident with your English or you feel difficult to understand English, you can click settings and output language. You can just change the language with any language that you have. Oh, they have Sunda. Okay. But just now I saw that they have Kelantan language here. Okay, they have they have Jawa, they have the special ethnic language Melayu, they have a lot of language, right? Okay, so you can just try it. Okay, they have a lot of language, not only English, so no worries if you're not comfortable in using English. Okay, so they have complementary role of AI. Okay, ethical concern, so they have the same thing. Okay, or even they cite. Okay, so that's one of the prompt. And I want to find the contradiction and tension. See, I copy this prompt. Let's say actually you can just type your prompt with your understanding here. It's even better, but just now what I created is just for what we say, just to ignite, to spark our mind, our curiosity to explore more. Okay, sometimes because oh, I don't know what to prompt, so we have already prompt, so we just copy paste it. But later in the conversations you need to add more context, add more understanding, so it's not just copy paste because it's way of thinking, right? See, there are several areas of tension. Okay, AI as a replacement, potential for AI to oh, some sources say that for AI to replace, okay, to replace for learning. This is one. And perception of AI reliability and bias. Okay, the contradiction, right? So yeah, you can try it. It's how do you prompt? How do you understand the sources, right? And if you want to understand all the document at all, you have this one. Let's say you want to have FAQ or timeline if you want to sort it historically, or this one promise of value. This is like the sources that I saved just now. Oh yeah, this is guide, study guide. So the AI directly give you the quiz, okay, and then give you the answer, and then essay question. So it's good if you have a comprehensive exam or your thesis, PhD thesis, a viva or a proposal seminar. Okay, so it's very easy for you to learn here because I'm using this also. I just alhamdulillah I just passed my proposal in my first semester. This is my second semester my PhD. I'm still young. This is my second semester PhD, and I finished my proposal my first semester last semester. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the workflow. Okay, so we going deeper. There's a lot of from here. This is the gap statement. Okay, because my major is social science communication, so I developed this prompt and this understanding for the social science. Let's say this is gap. Okay, we just click this and then we put into our I love to refresh again. Okay, help me draft a research gap statement for social science, maybe for communication and media, because this is my major, communication and media, focusing on AI and pesantren. What is the connection media and pesantren? I don't know. I think AI is media here, right? So let's see how AI works. Okay, so this is the basic prompt to find the research gap based on the sources that we have. So we hope that you have already our sources, at least 10 sources that you have, right? And it's even though you can upload your audio, I'm using it to transcribe at one time, but sometimes it fails to catch the nuances of the research because I'm doing mixed methods here. So sometimes we need a nuances in qualitative, we need more what we say more rich data, and this AI it fails to capture, but it helps 40% or 50%. I'm using another AI for transcribe. And yeah, but of course, I will check on my own at the end, because at the end, human judgment is the most important. Okay, it gives me the research gap statement, specific community and media implications. Okay. All right. So you can use it, and it even suggests me for the next step. Right. So yes, that's good. I think we'll cover how to write a research gap. Later you will have the slides for all of this. For yeah, this is some of the prompt. I'm trying to write several prompt here, and also the reflection. This is the most important one. The reflection. What is the one thing that NotebookLM helped me see that I had noticed on my own? How this actually developed my research, because reflection is the most important when you do with AI. Because when I was teaching, when I'm doing my teaching, I was a part-time lecturer in UIA also. I asked every student to reflect how they use AI when they're doing their assignment. Okay, because I believe they use, of course they use. So I asked them to reflect. If they don't use, why and what. If they use, why and what. That kind of reflection is important. All right. And I think this is my LinkedIn. Usually I start about AI, research, and industry in English. But if you understand Indonesian, I'm more active in Instagram and also in threads like Twitter, because I think every day I write in threads like 5 to 10 content, right? And I post every week in Instagram about AI. So let's talk about AI. If you want to DM me or message me, just feel free. So yeah. Now we can move into Q&A. Let's say if you have any questions there. All right. Okay. Now we have questions. Okay. Does it, from Sister Asma, does it make any AI illusion? Because there is a general issue saying don't depend on the AI. Yes, of course. I will say to you that don't depend on AI. Right. Never. Because AI help us to think. That's why when we have the information from AI, okay, we need to have the information from our mind also. That's why in the ethics, the number one, I write your idea is a priority. AI help us to think. How? How? Let's say we ask AI to find the argument that against our argument. So we can anticipate the counter argument. So yeah, AI can expand our thinking and our view, right? Because if we depend on AI, no, I think it will not work. Even though you still can get F with that. Okay. If you depend with AI, I will say no also, right? And after obtaining an answer from AI, how can we ensure that the response is not detectable as AI generated? Okay, okay. I think in every workshop, there is a question about this, about AI detector, right? I will say, unfortunately, 95% any of your AI generated, if you just copy paste, it will be detected by AI detector. For Turnitin AI, GPT-0 or Authenticate, that's one of the university that use it, most of them. But the issue is, even though you write on your own, sometimes it still can be detected as AI. I write on my own like 5 pages, and they say it's AI, even though I write on my own. So there is several papers now published in 2026, I think, that AI detector is not reliable because it can give false positive too much. So imagine that student, they write on their own a lot of things, they think on their own, but at the end of the day, when they put to AI detector, oh, it is 70% AI. So it's not learning. It's, no, I don't know. It's so pity with that student. It happens with my friends, but not in UIA, in other university. So yeah, that's the issue. How many AI do you mainly use, and use for what purposes can you recommend for PhD student? Okay, this is what I use. I subscribe Cloud, $20 per month. Okay, that's number one. And number two, I'm using NotebookLM also to all my sources in NotebookLM. Not only my sources, even the information about my personal finance, personal healthcare, I put there in NotebookLM. So I know I can trace the improvement of my well-being every month with that. So I put all the data there. That NotebookLM, because in NotebookLM we can connect to Gemini also, but it will be in another session, right? If we don't have a lot of time here. Yes, I'm using cloud, cloud project, especially and cloud cowork. And number two, NotebookLM. And number three, for looking for sources, usually I'm using Scopus AI or just common Google Scholars or Google Scholars AI. I think that's the most thing that I'm using, only that. And for references, I'm using Zotero. I don't like Mendeley. Mendeley is too heavy and sometimes there's a glitch. I don't know. I just have bad experience a lot with Mendeley and I'm migrating to Zotero right now. But if I am doing the simple work, like the easy work, not like a thesis, just a simple project, I'm using MYBIB for references. It's easier. Okay. How much does NotebookLM be able to retain its memories? Does it relate to the limits of the token our account? Okay. Talking about the memories, right? I think the memories in NotebookLM will have a different, it will based on your sources, right? And number two, the token just now, I think my slide is explained already that we have like 500 queries or 300 queries per day, while the free one is only 100 or 30 per day, not many. So I think that will be the limit because there is no unlimited AI, right? If there's an AI say, oh, this unlimited for you, I think not unlimited lah. It's impossible because it still work with the token. So yeah, I think that's the limit. But I think that limit is very generous also, right? Unless you have several projects. The problem with, for example, you could analyze several years up to 20 and after long discussion and so they will count time away. Yes, that's the ChatGPT and cloud also. If you plan to change to the cloud, it will be more stressful. The answer is better, but the limit is less. But Notebook LM, it has more. Just now, this in the slide, like 30 or 40 queries per day or per hours. You can test it. Because based on my experience, when I'm using NotebookLM Enterprise from UIA, I never face the limit. I can chat as many as I can. I don't know, maybe I am underused. I underuse it, but it works for me. Like, yeah, I can read for my PhD and several publications. I have like 20 something publications. Yeah. So it's very helpful for me. So yeah. Is there any question? Maybe you want to unmute yourself. It's okay. Just unmute yourself if you have any questions. All right. We wait for 2 minutes, maybe. All right. If you have any question, just type in the chat or you want to unmute yourself. Or maybe if you shy or you don't have, yeah, if you share to ask question, you can just DM me in LinkedIn or Instagram. I will answer. I'll read it and I will answer there. Okay. All right. All right. Let's wait if you answer for another questions. So I read again. Right. Any other questions related to the notebook LM or AI or yeah. So let me wrap up here. Basically, we covered three things. We activate our notebook LM enterprise, which it gives us more quota and less limits. And number two, how do we write literature review using notebook LM? Basically, we ask research question and we let AI to answer, notebook LM to answer the research questions. Even though it will not a direct answer, but we know the overview how the answer will be later. And number three, research gap. Okay, we can find the research gap with the prompt in Notebook LM, or maybe we can craft the prompt. Like for example, you want to focus on the population gap or methodological gap. Or there is a paper by Mile, I think in 2017, it explored about the seven type of research gap. But I think there's more. Yeah. So okay. All right. Thank you very much, Sister Asma. Thank you very much. So I hope that it's very helpful and I hope that we can learn together here. And yeah, so let's say if you want to contact me, just contact me via Instagram or LinkedIn. Or this is my number also. my Indonesian number and my email. So I'm open to have any conversation. So thank you very much. I'll give back to the moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Brother Haikal, for the insight, information, tips, and also tricks regarding the usage of NotebookLM. Hopefully, that will be beneficial to all. Once again, I also like to thank all of the attendees on this seminar. And for your information, this session can also be viewed in IIUM ITD's YouTube, just in case if you want to seek reference on the steps shown by Brother Haikal. Before we end this session, I would like to ask all of you, if you can, to turn on your camera for a photo session. If you can. Okay. Okay, if you can. Okay, we have 26 forests, all right. Oh, okay, all right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. And also 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Let us end the session with Tasbih Kifara and Suratul As. Right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Brother Haikal. Hope to see all of you soon, inshallah. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.